So, ladies and gents, welcome to the welcome to the welcome to my state of pro wrestling review of 2018. Ladies and gents, this is my Schmingen channel. Schmingen channel. Welcome. So, ladies and gents, what is the state of pro wrestling in 2018? Is it a disaster? Is it good? Is it in the middle? Is it mediocre? What I think is what I think that should happen here is the state of pro wrestling. People my age, 29, like 20, 27 to 31, or maybe 32, or maybe 35, maybe 20. I would say 26 to 35. Most of the people that age group are going to go to the independent shows, to the independent pro wrestling shows, because they're really consistent and they're really like more entertaining and they're really real. They're more entertaining than the WWE, for example. Um, for example, the wrestling shows that are in Utah, they do a pretty good job of entertaining. Like they go to the Latin festival in Provo, and they have these like white tag team guys. They insult the crowd and say, "I voted for Trump" or something like that, and and the people boo him or the people laugh, and it's funny, and it's funny because because they're at this Latin festival where the majority of those people probably don't like Trump in a way, and they they have these wrestlers, these anti Latin wrestlers insult the crowd, and the crowd boos them, and it's entertaining, and those kind of wrestlers and those kind of stars always rise up to the occasion and like say, hey, you know what, I'm awesome, I'm gonna make a name for myself, and and the UCW Zero, that's a good wrestling company with good stars. I think they have a black champion. I think a black world champion. I don't know his name, but I think they do have his profile. Maybe his profile, but he seems like a good champion too. So I'm glad he's champion. Whoever his name is, but he seems like a good champion that's going to carry the company into the future. And I like Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor is awesome. Ring of Honor, they always have good matches every Saturday night. I always watch that. And Impact Wrestling, they just had Bound for Glory, and All In. That was a good pay-per-view also. So there is hungry competition for the WWE, and the WWE needs to get their butts straight, because the WWE right now is failing to realize that their fan base that they used to cater to are going to other companies and watching other wrestling shows, because the wrestling that they used to see doesn't occur to them anymore, or doesn't happen to them anymore. So they need to realize what the implications are, what the justifications may be, and the WWE, the whole WWE Saudi Arabia controversy thing. Here's the thing: if I were in charge, I would pull out of Saudi Arabia just for the heck of it, just for safety concerns for my wrestlers and for my stars. Nothing against the Saudi Arabian people, but it's going to be a safety concern, and I want my company to be safe. But I'm not going to totally abandon that deal with Saudi Arabia. I would say we're just pulling out. We're just not going to do a show here. We're just going to cancel the show. But you can't upset the fans. They love your If they love your product, they will love your product. But that's a whole controversy that I could go into. But I'm not going to go into that, because Vince McMahon can do whatever he wants, He's a CEO. He's a boss. He's a CEO. So he can do whatever he wants because he owns that company. Vince McMahon owns that company. So he can do whatever he wants to do with that company, for that company, because he's a boss. You know, I'm just imagine Vince McMahon is your boss and you don't listen to your boss and you're saying, oh, I'm going to Saudi Arabia. I'm going to go to do a show in Saudi Arabia, or I'm not going to go to perform for the troops, you know, so it's a two-way street. You got to have, you got to do what the boss says. And at the same time, you as an individual for that company got to work hard. You got to please the boss. So, someday I want to work for a wrestling company because, even if I'm an announcer or a ring announcer, like welcome to the main event of the whole wrestling show for the wrestling show of Utah, ladies and gents. Welcome to the main event of wrestling in Salt Lake City. It's like that. It's like, it grabs people's attention and it grabs people's saying, I want to see that. I want to see that character. I want to see that character come out of you in a way that I want to pay money for that ticket. And people are not seeing that. People like me are not seeing that today, except for the independent scenes, the independent pro wrestling scenes out there. The independent scenes are killing it. All In, Ring of Honor, Impact Wrestling. Whether you like Impact Wrestling or not, I can do an Impact Wrestling review every week if I wanted to. So that's just me. I don't know. Maybe it is fair enough to give them a fair rating. I really can't tell you that, but maybe so. I really can't do that. Maybe it works. You never know. Maybe it does not work. I don't know. Well, thanks for watching, ladies and gents. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I love you all. Thank you. And have a good day.